Hello YouTube, my name is Nero, and today we have some Call of Duty Ghosts and another episode of KEM Strike Saturday, which of course is the weekly series here on my channel where subscribers send me in KEM Strikes. As you can see here, we're playing on 1 sensitivity, and that's kind of the big notable thing about this KEM Strike, I guess. A lot of people like to go for challenges with different kinds of KEM Strikes. Sometimes they'll play on the maximum sensitivity, other times they'll play on the lowest sensitivity, sometimes they'll play with a different kind of button configuration, for example. So there's a bunch of things people like to do to challenge themselves. What we got here is a 1 sensitivity KEM Strike, as well as just a very nice Vector KEM Strike to boot here on the map Warhawk. It was sent in by a guy named, listen, wait for it, Harithio, alright? So he was actually featured on last week's episode of KEM Strike Saturday, which is crazy how someone who has never been featured on the show before suddenly gets featured 2 weeks in a row. But he was featured for the first time last week. I had no idea how to pronounce his name, and then he clarified it for me via Twitter, kind of spelling out how to pronounce his name. So it's Harithio, or I think I call it Harithio or something like that. Yeah, so definitely it was kind of hard to pronounce, but I figured it out. He let me know. He informed me, and it's always nice when people do that. So what we got going on here is a game of domination on the map Warhawk. You'll run around with the Vector, once again, of course, playing on 1 sensitivity. And throughout the KEM Strike, you're going to see a pretty tried and freaking true strategy here, which is just perfectly executed throughout the entirety of the video, which is dominating the enemy team at the A flag. Playing on Warhawk, which I think actually right now there is a Warhawk 24/7 playlist on Call of Duty Ghosts for this weekend at the time of this video going up. But playing on Warhawk, right, domination on Warhawk, it reminds me a lot of like Bog from Call of Duty 4. It's one of those maps where if you get the enemy team kind of trapped at a certain flag, it's ridiculous. And we've seen so many KEM Strikes and so many different gameplays. In fact, when I first started playing Call of Duty Ghosts and I first started like making videos of it way back in November of last year, a lot of my videos were actually on Warhawk here. They were like almost all on Warhawk, and there was a point where I couldn't, like, I had to like space them out because all my gameplay seemed to be on this map. Because when you just get the enemy team at the A flag, which I'm primarily a domination player, it's fish in a barrel, man. You're just dominating people. You're just shooting down everybody. That's what we got going on here throughout the majority of the KEM Strike. The perks we're using with our Vector are going to be Ready Up, which is a fantastic overall perk. We got Steady Aim. It's a perk you actually don't see a whole lot. People using Steady Aim that much anymore. You see it on Bison class setups, but mostly, for the most part, I don't see Steady Aim. I don't even use Steady Aim, to be perfectly honest, in this game. So kind of nice to see Steady Aim still getting a little bit of use there. It's a tried true perk that's been around in every single game for like ever, except for Black Ops 2, because they took Steady Aim and they made an attachment with the laser sight. But yeah, Steady Aim's a good perk. We got Dead Silence, which is one of the best perks, and it has been since perks were implemented back in Call of Duty 4. We got Scavenger, which is one of the best perks if you're using a submachine gun. We talk about it quite a lot, Scavenger versus fully loaded. You want Scavenger if you're using a submachine gun, because chances are you're going to be moving around a lot more than, say, if you have an assault rifle or a sniper rifle or a light machine gun, marksman rifle, anything like that. We've got Amplify, which works out very well with Dead Silence, and we've got Focus, which is probably the best perk in the game. It's one of those perks that, okay, to get off topic here, I want Focus to kind of be like how what they did with Stopping Power. They took out Stopping Power in Juggernaut after Modern Warfare 2. They took out Juggernaut after World at War, and they took out Stopping Power after Modern Warfare 2 because they were just the most used perks, and it basically made it so the entire second perk tier was just completely unused, right? That's the reason they got rid of it, and we get the KEM Strike right there, is because this second perk tier was completely unused. Everybody used either Juggernaut or Stopping Power, so they kind of just got rid of it. They made it so the guns kind of have Stopping Power built into them, and then there you go. I feel as though in future Call of Duty games, I'd like them to see them take the perk Focus here from COD Ghost, or the perk Toughness from Black Ops 2, or even Hardened Pro all the way back to Black Ops, or maybe like the Focus Proficiency in Modern Warfare 3. Just take that and just build it into the guns, because where it sits right now is everyone uses Focus all the time. It's like a go-to must-have perk that a lot of people end up using. So I definitely recommend to the developers out there that they should just kind of make this perk and just kind of build it into the guns. But unfortunately, that's where the gameplay ends up leaving off. You look at the score, it's 88 to 83, which means it's one of those perfect storm kind of games where it's rather close throughout the most of the beginning towards the middle, and that means the game is going on for a very, very long time. Domination can go on for a very long time if it's a rather close match, right? So that's been happening throughout the majority of it. Right now, his team has B, his team has C, the enemy team is over there A, where you definitely want to have them in domination on Warhawk, and he's already got 46 kills in the KEM Strike. It's one of those gameplays where it's like, huh, I really would like to know what the final score was for this gameplay, but unfortunately, we can't see that. But regardless, I hope you guys all enjoyed this episode of KEM Strike Saturday, and if you did, please be sure to leave a rating where you guys feel the video deserves. And if you guys like to send in your guys' KEM Strikes for next week's episode of KEM Strike Saturday, everything you guys need to see is on your screen right now. No commentary, no color correction. Try and render your video out to a very nice quality. Take that high quality video, upload it to YouTube as unlisted, link me via personal message here on YouTube, and then congratulations, you have submitted your video for next week's episode of KEM Strike Saturday. If you guys like to check out our guy here, Harithio, which I'm still like tempted to say Harithio, but it's definitely Harithio. It's definitely Harithio. He's a returning guest here on KEM Strike Saturday, having made his first appearance last week. And believe it or not, this is not the first time that this has happened here on KEM Strike Saturday, where somebody's a first-time guest one week, where we've never seen them before, and then they end up being a repeat guest on the very next week's show. It's just, sometimes it happens. It actually happens rather frequently. It's like, where'd this guy come from? But I don't know. If you haven't checked out his KEM Strike from last week, it's pretty good. It's with the Remington R5, and it's on the map Octane. It's a very nice KEM Strike. I suggest you guys watching it. But if you guys did not check out his channel already, so let me kind of recap what he does for you. His name is Harithio, and he posts Call of Duty Ghost and Black Ops 2 gameplays. He focuses a lot on KEM Strikes and nuclears for the most part, but the coolest videos in my eyes, because I've seen so many different kinds of KEM Strikes and nuclear gameplays and stuff like that before here on YouTube, the cool things that I like to see on his channel is he has a bunch of different glitch videos on Black Ops 2, for example, where he'll show you how to get outside of the map on Nuketown, and most of the stuff is done in a private match. It actually requires you to be in a private match, which is a pretty nice thing, so it's not something that can be exploited in the online multiplayer, but it's something you can go and do in a private match, and you can just do it for the fun of it, and I like doing that kind of stuff. I did, tons of Call of Duty 4 old school glitches back in the day, and World at War glitches and stuff. Just doing stuff like that, finding a glitch, then going outside of the map and just running around in a private match and just exploring the outside of the map and stuff. It's fun. He's got tutorials that shows you how to get outside of like Nuketown 2025, or get on top of the trucks on Nuketown 2025, or how to get outside of the map raid or on top of the map raid in Black Ops 2. He's got a bunch of cool videos like that, which are some of my favorites to watch. So those are pretty cool. If you guys want to check them out, he's got a pretty awesome accent. You guys should go check out his channel. And yeah, that is youtube.com/Harithio, Harithio, Harithio, which, once again, I feel like I'm always mispronouncing it, but that's how he spelled it out to me, so hopefully I got it right. So hope you guys all enjoyed this episode of KEM Strike Saturday, and if you did, please be sure to leave a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.